Hi, I'm Sarah with Intermountain Healthcare's TOSH Pilates program. We are committed to helping you live your healthiest lives possible, especially in this time. And since you can't come to us, we're coming to you. I recommend a quick warm-up. And if you want to get the most out of your workout today, please visit our website, toshutos.org/Pilates. You'll get tons of information about the Pilates principles and a lot of alignment and good stuff like that. So with that, we're getting into the core today. I'm going to use a band throughout this workout, kind of a flex band, long, stretchy. If you don't have one of these at home, you could grab a bungee cord. Some of these things you could use a towel. Lots of options. So with that, we won't use it to start. We can have it to the side. We're going to lay down on our backs, knees bent, feet flat, and we're moving through some imprints. So that's one of those basic principles. You can find it on our website. Let's pull the abs in, belly button to spine, hip bones are tilting towards the rib bones, and then you release. It's a really small movement. You can probably barely see me moving right now. Exhale as you pull, inhale, releasing. Super small, just core, no glutes. From here, you're gonna hold that imprint, keep it as your legs lift to tabletop. Make sure knees aren't pulling in, knees right over hips. From here, you're gonna reach your right leg long and bend it in. Reach your left leg long, bend it in. This whole time we're keeping the imprint. So while this doesn't look too complicated to be able to hold the imprint or to not arch the back up off of the mat, you should be working those abdominals pretty well. Inhale in, exhale out, inhale in. Let's pull it in now. Both legs reach out. Exhale, inhale in. And in, just two more. And last one. Good, legs in tabletop. Arms are opening wide to the T. You can have palms flipped up or down, whatever's more comfortable for your shoulder. I'm gonna do flipped up today. You're going to let your knees tilt to the right. Your left hip bone will lift up off of the mat. And then you pull everything back center. Then tilt to the left, right hip bone will lift off. Pull back center. Shoulders need to stay grounded as we twist through the lower half of the body. And make sure your knees are staying in line with one another. So if you're twisted and you look down, you don't want one knee shorter than the other. Reach it to meet the other and pull it in. Reach out, pull in. One more like that. Tilting with the hips. Pulling in, adding a little bit more to it. You're going to tilt to the right, then lengthen your legs there, pull back center. So making a longer lever, making it more challenging for those obliques. Bending, tilt, lengthen, bending, tilt, lengthen, pull it in. One more like that on each side, and then we're going to add even more. Good, now we're going to keep the legs long as we tilt side to side. Now toes need to stay in line. One leg should not be shorter than the other. Pull back center, reach out, pull back center, reach, use your obliques to pull back center. Take any tension away from neck, chest, and shoulders that you can. One more each side. Very nice. Bend the knees in, rest them down. Little rock side to side to release. Awesome. Okay, from here, we're pulling back into the imprint. Legs lift back to tabletop. We're going for our Pilates hundreds. Now, what we're going to do today is legs are going to start straight up. And for the first set of 50, we're going to lower the legs down an inch for every 10, and then lift up an inch every 10. I'll talk you through it along the way. So legs are straight up. Your head and shoulders can be up or down. Arms are long. Curl those head and shoulders up if you're choosing and start to pump the arms. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Legs go a little lower. 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. A little lower. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, curl a little higher. Legs lower. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, little lower. And exhale. That's 50. Now we start to lift up just a little. And exhale. Energy through the arms. Inhale. And exhale. In. And out. Little higher. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Last time. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. Bend the knees. Rest your head and shoulders down. And feet can go down. Give that little rock side to side again. Good. Okay, legs are going to lengthen long on the mat. Arms reach up to the ceilings. Let's go for our roll-ups. Big inhale. Exhale. Rolling yourself all the way up to sitting by using those abdominal muscles and not using momentum by throwing your arms. We roll down one vertebra at a time. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale as we roll up. Abs are pulling me up here. Still using my core as I round over my legs, getting a little stretch. Rolling down. Go ahead and keep going with that. I'm going to give another option if that's feeling a little challenging. So another modification is to take that band, wrap it around your feet, and then as you roll up, do a little bicep curl. So it's going to assist you maybe through any spots you're getting stuck in. Inhale as you start to roll down. Exhale, we release the bicep curl as we control down. Yeah, exhale. Chin, that's a chest, belly button, the spine. So this is a really great one to kind of help you build up that strength to work on getting to your full roll up. Inhale and exhale. And rolling down. Let's do it one more time. This next one you're gonna hold at the top. Really nice. And sitting up. Okay, knees are gonna bend in front of you. I like to hold on behind my legs, help myself feel a little lift here. Arms are gonna reach long in front of you, and we'll curve the spine back into a C shape. So I'm rolling off my sits bones. I'm active through the core right here. Now we're gonna work on moving through the legs here. So on an exhale, I want you to lift one leg up to tabletop. Inhale, set it down. Exhale, lift the other leg up. Inhale, set it down. Now I want you to give the intention here that your abs are what's lifting the leg up. Hip flexors are totally working too, but to try to just not let that take on the full load. Think of abs pulling to lift the leg so we get a little more connection there. Exhale. Inhale. Let's do one more each side. And pull yourself up. Round over your legs for a moment. And stack back up to sitting tall. We're going to add on to that. So arms long. Exhale, curve back. You'll lift one leg up just like we did. Now without anything changing through low back and pelvis, you'll lift the other leg up to meet it. Then one foot goes down, other foot goes down, we pull up round over the legs. Lengthen up and curve back. Let's lift the opposite leg first this time. Really use that exhale, pull belly button to spine as that second leg lifts up. One foot down, other foot down, bringing yourself up and over. Good. So what can happen here is as you lift that second leg, you might feel a tiny bit of shifting in that low back and pelvis. And it might be so small. That one I kind of over-exaggerated it, but it might be really tiny. So we just want to keep thinking of curving more, scooping through the belly more, and that second leg comes up. See, I kind of felt myself give that bit of an arch. We want to fight against that. Good. Rolling up. We're going to try one more variation here. We curve back. Now we try to lift both legs up without anything changing through the spine. Tap them down. Exhale. Scoop, scoop, scoop. Round the back. And down. Let's just do one more like that. It's challenging to not let anything happen in the back there. Let it round forward. Very nice. Okay, so we are going to use our bands now. So go ahead and grab yours, or your bungee cord, or whatever you want to use here. We'll roll down. If you don't have anything at home that will work, you can absolutely do these without the band as well. Okay, so what's going to happen, let me unfold it. Okay, we're going to draw into that imprint. Legs will lift to tabletop, and you're going to wrap this band around your right foot. Okay, and then I like to hold the band so that the band's coming out from my thumb and not my thumb pointing down, if that makes sense. So you just got it on your right foot. Your legs are in tabletop. You choose how much tension you put on the band. The more tension you give, just a little more challenging it might be for the leg, but not for the abdominals necessarily. So from here, you're gonna exhale to press the leg straight out and then bend it in. Exhale out, inhale in. Now we're going out as far and as low as you can, maintaining that imprint or not letting your back arch up off of the mat. I like this one because it allows me to get a little lower without letting my back arch up. Yeah, it's because my leg is supported. And so it's a good way to start building strength. If you're feeling a lot of low back pain when you're doing abdominal exercises with your leg, adding this band is amazing. You could absolutely curl the head and shoulders up here for maybe a little more challenge. This next one, we're gonna hold the leg long. It lifts straight up and straight down. You bend it back in. Press out, straight up, straight down, bend it back in. Now we're doing that and we're gonna alternate legs. We'll start with the foot that's in the band. Lift it straight up, straight down, bend it in. Now we go with the left leg. Reaches out, it doesn't have the band now, and you can feel how much more challenging it is for your abdominals to maintain that low back stability. Again, head and shoulders can be up or down. If you start to feel that neck tension, set the head and shoulders down. Good, keep drawing belly button to spine. We don't even want these like tiny little shifts through the back and pelvis. We really need to use your abdominals to get into the precision of it all. Okay, let's just do one more. Okay, bend the knee. Both feet are gonna come into the band. I like to take a little tension off here. We're gonna curl the head and shoulders up. Both legs are gonna reach long and back in. Exhale, maybe you can go a little lower than you normally can since we've got the support of the band. We should be feeling the core working, so if your legs are up a little higher and this is feeling easy, challenge yourself. Go a little lower without letting the back arch up. Now we're adding the arms. Reach arms and legs out and bend back in. Make sure those shoulders don't drop though as the arms reach overhead. Again, a really nice way to support the weight of the legs and build the strength to be eventually able to do this without the band. Also, this is challenging my shoulders a little bit, which is a good addition. Two more. Exhale out. Inhale in. Last one. Very nice. Right foot hops out. Your left foot is in. We do it all on the other side. So we reach the leg out and bend it in. Exhale. Inhale. Challenging myself by going lower since I do have this support on the band. If you need more support from the band, just hike your hands a little more to kind of choke up on that band a little more. Good, now we're gonna hold the leg out, lift it straight up, straight down, bend it in, switching sides, out, up, down, and in. Notice the difference between each side, even if they're small differences. Yeah, this side with the band, maybe you feel the leg working a little bit more as you push into the band since it's gaining tension. Make sure your shoulders aren't starting to peel up, unless you are adding head and shoulders up. Remember, that's totally an option to challenge it here. Let's do this last one. Good. Both feet back into the band. Let's go right into curling head and shoulders up. Walk those hands up the band a little bit. Reach out and in. Exhale. Inhale in. My shoulders are staying up. My low back staying close to the mat. Maybe my legs can go a little lower than they typically do. Feeling my shoulders work for sure. 3 more. And 2. And 1. Relax. Slide that band off of your feet. Okay, go ahead, set the band down. Okay, another thing laying down here, we're pulling back into the imprint, legs back to tabletop. This one looks small. You can relax those legs for a second. It looks small, but it's actually pretty intense if we start getting into the precision of it, okay? So legs are in tabletop. My hands are gonna come to the front of my thighs here. And all I am doing is pressing my hands into my legs and my legs into my hands. So there's resistance. Nice big exhale, push, 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 push. Belly button's pulling to spine. Inhale to a little release. So I want a big, strong exhale and as much pressure as you can. With hands and legs. And release. And remember to listen to the body. If it's going into the back, maybe a little less pressure. But we should definitely feel the core firing up as we're giving this resistance here. Whew. You could add your head and shoulders here if you wanted as well to intensify it. I think it's already pretty intense. One more big exhale there. As much pressure as you can. Okay, now what's gonna happen? Your left leg is gonna lengthen long. Your right knee's in. Both hands are to the right knee and you're pressing into the knee with your hands. Pressing into your hands with your knee. Push, push, push. Feeling the little obliques fire up even more. Exhale, push. Inhale to bend. This is one of those ones like, what are you doing? But it's actually quite intense. If this feels like too much, you can absolutely take this opposite leg down as we keep pushing in with the right leg. Okay, up to you. Remember, head and shoulders could come up to intensify it more. Let's just do 2 more big breaths there. One more. Bend it in. Switching to the hands to the other knee. Lengthen that right leg long. Exhale, give pressure. Give that resistance. Inhale, little release. Exhale, push. Inhale, release. This leg could go down if you need. Keep breathing. 2 more. Bend the knees in, hug them into your chest. We've got one more variation like that, giving that resistance. And I like to actually start, the right leg's gonna stay up and my left foot's gonna go down. This leg's in tabletop, hands are coming behind your head. Now curl the head and shoulders up and twist towards that opposite knee. Now the knee can pull in a little bit more, so knee and elbow and opposite elbow meet one another. From here, you're giving the pressure forward with the knee, pushing forward with your elbow. So that resistance with the knee and elbow now. Inhale, little release. Exhale, push. Opposite leg could lengthen out long here to intensify it. Keep pulling belly button to spine. 2 more. Really good. Bend the knee, come back center, relax. Set this foot down, other leg up to tabletop. Hands still behind the head, we curl up and twist. Pull the knee in a little bit more so elbow and knee can touch. And we start pressing in. Exhale, feel the resistance. Inhale, release. Opposite leg could lengthen long if you would like. Three more big breaths. Last one. Bend the knees in, hug them in, rock side to side. Really nice. All right, we're going to come on up and flip over onto our hands and knees. Okay, we're gonna do some planking variations, but before we do that, we're gonna kind of stay in a quadruped or a 4-point kneeling position. So, you are on hands and knees, your wrists are right under your shoulders, and your knees are right under your hips. From here, we're gonna tuck the toes under. And also we wanna think about the shape of our spine here. We are not arched, we're not rounded. We wanna be kind of in our nice neutral position, okay? My abs are already pulling up and away from the floor, and I'm gonna hover my knees. We're just gonna hold here for 4 deep breaths. And every exhale, you guys keep going, every exhale I want you to think about ribs wrapping around you a little bit more. and the knees will set down. Okay, we're gonna intensify that just a little bit, okay? So, coming up to that hover, right hand comes to tap your left shoulder, set it down. Left hand taps the right shoulder, set it down. Now we want to use the core to not let the body rock around too much. Exhale, inhale. It's hard. Feel the abs pulling up and away from the floor. Let's do one more each side. And knees down. You can press into a little child's pose and relax. Okay, we're going into a full plank here. I'm actually gonna flip which direction I am. It's a better angle for you guys. So, full plank, we're going, I'm gonna do mine on my hands. Feel free to drop to your forearms though if it's feeling like too much for your wrists. So, wrists or elbows right under your shoulders. We're gonna lengthen out into a plank and hold for 4 deep breaths. Pretty simple, but it's the calm before the storm. Find your strength here. Use those lower abs to help pull the tailbone under you a little more. Shoulders from ears, chin off chest. One more big breath there. And knees down. Child's pose, give your wrists a break. Okay, we are gonna add on to this, okay? So, from here, lengthening the legs out. And we're just lifting one leg up at a time. Up, lower it down. Exhale, inhale. Hips shouldn't be shifting or lifting. Finding length through the spine. One more each side. And set your knees down. Really good. Okay, we're grabbing our bands again. Now, with your band, I want you to tie it in a loop. Maybe some of you have the ones that are already in a loop at home. You could grab that as well. You choose how small you want that loop to be. The smaller the circle is, the more challenging it's gonna feel. So, and you can always change it as you go. But, I've got mine kind of in a medium place for now. What you're going to do is wrap these around your toes, or around your feet, I should say. Maybe a little awkward to get into, but you want to make sure it's around your arches as well, not on your ankles or your toes. Try to get it around the arches of your foot. From here, we're lengthening into our plank, and hips are down. We're pulling the right knee in or right foot in, so you have resistance as you're pulling in. Set it down. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale down. Feel like your abs are what's pulling that knee forward, especially with that resistance there. Good. Let's do one more each side. Pull and pull and knees down. Relax. Good. Okay, you can do as many sets of those as you would like. I'm just showing you that one set. So you can slide that back off of your feet and set it down. Okay. So now, last thing here, we are gonna do, I lied, this is not our last thing. Let's do some side planks, then we'll get into our teasers. So, I'm gonna line my left side first. Again, you can do this on your forearm or on your hand, whatever you choose. I'm gonna do this on my hand. We are going to have your bottom leg, let's see if I'm on my left hip, my left ankle's kind of hooked under my right here. My feet are a little bit away from me. This hand is maybe just a tiny bit out from the shoulder so that when we lift up, it's right in line. We'll start with this hand stacked on the knee. You're gonna press into that top foot. Bottom leg's gonna slide under, so we're in this nice big side arching plank. And then we bend the knees to sit back down. Exhale, we lift up. Inhale down. We're just doing 2 more like that. Strong through that supporting shoulder. This next one, we're holding up. Hold up. Now this arm's gonna reach up towards the ceiling. We're wrapping it under, hips lift a little bit, maybe a little weight transfers back to your feet, and then we come back to our side plank. It reaches under, lift the hips, shift a little bit of weight back, and reach up. Let's exhale. Feel your oblique, pulling your hips up. Inhale, 2 more there. And last one. You can lift a little higher, bend your knees, relax it down. I'll just sweep the legs over to the other side. All right, my feet are a little bit away from me. Right foot's kind of hooked under my left. Hand just a tiny bit out from my shoulder. And top hand on the knee. Press into that foot, start to lift the hips, and arch over, lifting up. Now, if that's feeling like too much, you can press into the bottom knee and do a little modified version here. That's gonna build that strength perfectly to get to your side plank, your full side plank. Exhale. Let's do one more there. We lift up, hold, arm lifts up towards the ceiling. We reach under, lift the hips, and back to center. Exhale. It is certainly hard to talk through these exercises. One more like that. And bend your knees. Relax it down. All right, now on to our very last ab exercise, and I saved the best for last, our Pilates teasers. They are challenging. I'm gonna give you a few options as we go. So, go ahead, lay down on your mat. So, from here, we'll kind of start at the base and build up. I like my knees bent, feet flat, arms up above my chest. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, you're gonna start rolling yourself up. Your feet might shift a little bit. That's okay. We're rolling up. Find length, and then roll down through the spine. One vertebra at a time, nice and controlled. Yeah, we don't wanna use momentum up and then just flop back down. We're controlling in both directions. We'll do that one more time. That is your first variation. Now, if you wanna challenge it a little bit, lengthening one leg long on an angle. Exhale, as we roll up, we wanna keep that leg as lifted as we can. It's gonna wanna drop here. Don't let it. Use your core to connect with your leg to keep it up. Rolling down. We'll switch sides. Other leg up. Exhale. And down. Now, if that feels good, both legs can go to tabletop. You will shift a little bit through the pelvis, that's fine. Again, as long as we're not kicking the legs to roll up. And roll down. Now if you start coming up to this one and you're like, oh, that doesn't feel great on my body, keep practicing the one leg at a time. Woo! That one's a little hard to give up. If you want to challenge it even more, legs lengthen long on an angle. Exhale. We work on using those obliques to keep them lifted. One more like that, or whichever one you're choosing. Control down. Woo! My legs are shaking. Hug it in. We've got one last option here, and it's the full-blown teaser. We have the legs nice and long. Remember, you can do any of those other variations we just did to build up the strength to this. We want the body to feel good. Yeah, if the back's hurting, do one of the other ones we were just working on. So from here, we gotta take it a little slow, okay? We are gonna start rolling up. Now we don't start to lift the legs until we feel that low back touch down. Then you can start to lift your legs up into your teaser. We want to find as much length at the top as we can, and then we control down. Same thing on the way down. We want to feel the low back touch down, then the legs can start to lower. Nice and controlled. Again, we're working in both directions here. Inhale the bottom. Exhale, we start rolling up. Feel the low back touch down. Then use those abs to lift your legs up. Find length. And then control down. Low back touches down first, then the legs start to lower. At the same time of your body. We'll do it one more time. You guys got it? Find the length. And control it down. Let your arms reach over your head. Trying to reach the wall behind you. Toes reaching to the wall in front of you. Big full body stretch here. Big deep breaths. Good. And go ahead and come on up to sitting. Really nice. You guys did awesome today. We're just going to take a couple deep breaths. Inhale, reach the arms up. Find as much length as you can. Exhale down. This one we're going to reach up. Grab onto your right hand with your left hand and give a little pull to the side. Think about that right hip staying heavy. Feeling oblique stretch. We lift through center. Grab the other one And little pull. And come through center and arms down by your sides. Feel free to take as many stretches as you need there. And that concludes our ab workout. If you have any questions or comments, please visit our website. Again, toshutah.org/Pilates, or email us toshpilates@imail.org. Stay safe, stay healthy, have a good one.